Welcome back to Soul Heals. Our topic today is feeling the pressure. If you're feeling the pressure in daily life, first discern if it's legitimate. Godly pressure is legitimate because it points you in a noble direction for the accomplishment of exalted purposes. Pressure from the carnal mind, that small mind that opposes good, will lead you in the opposite direction. In the Scriptures, the book of 1 John puts it this way: Beloved, believe not every spirit, but try the spirits, whether they are of God, because many false prophets are gone out into the world. The spirit of godly pressure will lift your actions beyond what gets gratification at the merely physical level. This higher level action is the moral one. Mary Baker Eddy writes a list of essential moral qualities that serve to transition us out of the physical view of life and put us on the path to spiritual life. And now I'd like to share a short experience I had in daily life which illustrates these moral qualities. After years of not touching a sewing machine, I purchased a starter one, found simple instructions online to sew cloth dinner napkins, and selected the fabric from a local store. It turned out that when I pulled a thread to get a straight edge on the fabric, the cut line on the other end was so angled, there was not enough fabric for 4 napkins. What to do? I took the short shrift fabric to a sewing teacher at the shop where I purchased my machine, but she just said to fudge when sewing the napkins. I have only basic sewing skills and have not yet learned how to fudge, and I don't really want to. Fudge it in one part of your life and it shows up in other areas. That's what I've found. Well, I figured I'd have to cut the pattern down by 1/2 inch. Just chalk up that bad fabric cut to experience and compromise with smaller napkins. Immediately I could feel my conscience, which I have learned to listen to, rebel. It was saying, "That's a form of fudging. Why not just ask the fabric shop where you bought it if they have an idea to rectify your dilemma?" Leaving the sewing machine shop, I drove directly there and walked in with the short shrift yard of fabric and the 18-inch square napkin pattern. I laid the fabric with pinned pattern on the counter and said to the saleswoman, "I don't know what to do." I pointed out that there was no longer the full yard of fabric needed. Right away her answer came back, "Oh, that's a bad cut. Here, let me get you a full yard of fabric and I'll give you an extra inch so that doesn't happen again." My earlier prayers for a beautiful day had been answered. Somewhat in awe of the honesty on both our parts, I expressed my gratitude and then quietly picked out a seam ripper I had been needing. After purchasing it from the same saleslady, I again thanked her. It was a warm, joyous, expanding feeling I experienced as I drove out of the parking lot. Not only had my sewing material been restored, I had found the courage to be honest and the grace to be kind, and experience those in the social fabric of my day. And here's that list of moral qualities from Eddy's book, Science and Health with Key to the Scriptures, page 115. Humanity, honesty, affection, compassion, hope, faith, meekness, temperance. Letting godly pressure reform us, we humans find we have much more than a carbon footprint. As enough physical pressure can turn carbon into diamond, with enough divine pressure, humanity can become diamonds by following the moral qualities until we obtain spiritual understanding. Just think of it. Each human being can rise from having a carbon footprint to being a divine diamond. sparkling spiritual qualities that can form in us as we live under divine pressure, rather than pressure to be gratified only physically. From the Christian Science textbook. Wisdom, purity, spiritual understanding, spiritual power, love, health, holiness. In closing, some more wisdom from the pen of Mary Baker Eddy, from her work Miscellaneous Writings. This age is reaching out towards the perfect principle of things, is pushing towards perfection in art, invention, and manufacture. Why then should religion be stereotyped and we not obtain a more perfect and practical Christianity? It will never do to be behind the times in things most essential, which proceed from the standard of right that regulates human destiny.